Is the monetary reset that the BRICS is trying to achieve the same as the one the US is trying to achieve through things like Genius Act, stablecoins? Are there two simultaneously underway that are battling each other, or are we just moving toward a neutral reserve asset, gold, maybe in the future Bitcoin, and this will all actually work out in the US's favor in some ways?
I think there's a battle for the moment. I agree with that sentiment. I think ultimately the Genius Act is an attempt to find repressible balance sheet. If they can get stablecoins big enough. Look, if Bessing comes out and says Eurodollar markets are no longer eligible for swap lines, but everything in these stablecoins are, that could conceivably create a flow of capital out of Europe and around the world into these dollar stablecoins, which will be backed by T-bills. I don't see how what he's trying to do doesn't end up being good for Bitcoin. I think he needs a much higher price of Bitcoin to drag stablecoin market cap higher anyway. Is that good for the dollar, bad for the dollar? If they pull the money over here, I don't know how that nets out, but I know one thing. It's really good for Bitcoin. I know it's really good for gold. And so again, I'm trying not to grow a brain about it. Just buy gold and Bitcoin and they can figure that out. I think there's two dynamics. I think there is dynamic one, which is, oh my gosh, we need repressible balance sheet like yesterday. And then I think dynamic two is ultimately, if we're in this great power competition, and part of that competition is what's the new and future global reserve asset, then I think, yeah, what he's doing with stablecoins can partly be seen as trying to stand up Bitcoin as a competing reserve asset. So let's see. But I do think there's this competition between Bitcoin and gold as the next global primary reserve asset that is starting.